Hi everyone. In today's lecture, we discuss the solution of simultaneous equation by matrix method. Now here first we learn what is meant by simultaneous equation, and then we discuss the method for evaluation of simultaneous equation using matrix method. A set of simultaneous equation, also called system of simultaneous equation, it is called the set or system. Set or simultaneous equation or system of simultaneous equation is a finite set with condition that it is a finite set of equation for which the common solution are obtained are known as a simultaneous equation. We already learn how to evaluate the simultaneous equation and how to find the solution of simultaneous equation in high school. Now we discuss some linear simultaneous equation, because simultaneous equation are of different type. Suppose if the equation is of the type ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 and dx plus ey plus f equal to 0. So these are the simultaneous equation because there are the two equation, that is a set of two equation, and 2 is a finite number. So therefore this equation is said to be a simultaneous equation. If you consider the equation of the type ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 and dx square plus ef plus d, this is again a two set of equation. It is again a simultaneous equation, but it is a quadratic simultaneous equation. Here the power of highest variable is 1, so this is called the linear, and again this is called also the non-linear simultaneous equation. If the equation of the form dy by dx plus y is equal to 0 and dz by dx plus x is equal to 0, again these are 2 in number, that is a finite number, and this is a differential equation. So it is called the differential simultaneous equation. So these are the various form of the equation, but in this topic we learn the evaluation of simultaneous equation which is in linear form. Linear form is the equation which is of the form ax plus by plus c, that is there is a set of this type of equation. Maybe the problem comes with 2 equation, 3 equation or 4 equation, and this we have to obtain the solution of this problem. To obtain the solution means we have to find the value of unknown variable. So here x and y are the unknown variable, so we have to obtain the values of x and y such that this solution is satisfied by this all equation, means here given, which is the common solution. So this type of equation is said to be a simultaneous equation. Now in high school level we already solved the simultaneous equation. So first we discuss the method, that we already know how to evaluate this type of equation, and then we come towards our problem, that is a matrix method. So suppose we have an equation 2x plus y is equal to 0, and second equation is x plus y is equal to 0. So first, if you observe the degree, highest degree of the variable is 1. So this is a linear equation, and there are the two equation, therefore it is called the simultaneous equation. Okay, now we have to solve the solution. We have to solve the equation means we have to find the solution, that is we have to find the values of unknown variable x and y. So to obtain the solution of this equation, we first make the coefficient of one variable is equal in both the equation. So if you observe these two equation, the coefficient of y is 1 and the coefficient of y is again 1. So therefore here there is no need to equal the coefficient. We simply subtract one equation from the second, we get the values of x. So how to solve this equation? Write down the first equation 2x plus y is equal to 0, second equation x plus y equal to 0, and subtract the minus minus minus, y get cancelled, 2x minus x is x equal to 0, and put the value of x equal to 0 in any of equation. if x is equal to 0, y equal to 0, or if you put x is equal to in this equation, that is y is equal to 0. The x equal to 0 and y is equal to 0 be the solution of this problem. This type of solution is also called the trivial solution. Trivial solution means the problem has only a 0 solution, and if the problem has a solution other than 0, then it is called the non-trivial solution. So this is the method we already discussed in school algebra, how to evaluate this type of equation. But when we consider the solution of the problem, now it is not always possible that the problem has a solution, because when we try to solve the problem, there are the several problems which does not possess any solution. Now we discuss the type of the solution the equation has. So again, we divide the solution of equation into the, or we divide the system into the two parts, and the solution is divided into three parts. Number one, if we have to solve the problem, then the given example has unique solution. It may be possible that the given problem has infinite solution and no solution also. Now let's verify this all the cases using the example. Suppose I have to solve the problem x plus y is equal to 2 and x minus y is equal to 0. So here plus y minus y get cancelled. We get 2x is equal to 2. Therefore x is equal to 1, and putting the value of x is equal to 1 in any one equation, we get y equal to 1. So these two equations are satisfied only when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. Means there is only one solution set is available for this problem. So there is only one, means it is called the unique solution. So this problem has a unique solution. So this is the first case about the solution. If you consider the second example, I have only one equation, x plus y is equal to 0, and I have to solve this equation. Now the values of x and y for this equation is satisfied are infinite. Why infinite? Because if you use x is equal to 1, we get y is equal to minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Again x is equal to 2, y is equal to minus 2. X is equal to minus 1, y is equal to 1. X is equal to 5, y is equal to minus 5. Again x is equal to 0, y equal to 0. So there are the infinite solution. If you consider any values of x, we have to obtain the values for y, which satisfy this equation. So this equation has a number of solution that is called the infinite solution. So this is the case where the infinite solution are exist. And third is about the no solution. So if we consider another problem, just take one more problem, which shows that the problem has also a no solution, because it is not always possible that any function has any problem has a solution. Suppose the problem is this type, x plus y is equal to 0 and x plus y is equal to 1. This is the simultaneous equation, and we have to obtain the solution of this equation. Here the LHS of both equations are the same, and RHS of the both equations are the different. Now we recall that what is the solution? Solution means the values of the variable such that it satisfies for both the equation. But when we solve the first equation, we get the infinite solution. But this value is not satisfied the second equation. Let's look in this matter, that is x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 1. And if you put x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 1 in this equation, we get 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. But given that x is equal to 1, so which is not satisfied with the second equation. Means these two equations are not balanced. So this type of solution has no solution. So there are the three cases to obtain the solution of equation. One is unique solution, second is infinite solution, and third is no solution. So these are the basic algebra which we learn in school. But here we have to solve this type of equation by the matrix method. Now the question comes in our mind that why we use the matrix method? We already know how to solve this type of equation. Then what is the need to learn the matrix method? There is a reason behind that. Now what is the reason for that? Suppose I have to solve this type of equation. So I can easily solve by using this method. Suppose I have a 3 equation, ax plus by plus cz equal to 0, then again second equation, third equation. These are the 3 equations which can already solve by using this equation. It may be possible for the 4. But what happened if we have to solve the 10 equation in 10 variable or 100 equation in 100 variable? Suppose I give use 100 equation and there is 100 unknowns present in this equation. Then it takes a more time. It takes a day, week or month to evaluate this type of problem by using such type of calculation. So this is a very time consumption process. So to reduce these efforts, we have to solve this problem by using matrix method. Now first we discuss the method and then try to solve the problem using that method. So suppose we have to given a system of linear equation. So there are the n numbers of equation. There is a first equation, second equation and third equation. So in this equation, this x1, x2, xn, these are the variable. These are the variable on unknowns which is to be determined. Okay. This a11, a12, a1n, 21, 22, 2n and up to this. These are called the coefficient of variable. And this, it is the constant which is present on a right hand side. So first, for matrix method, we have to write this equation in matrix form, and the matrix form is given by Ax is equal to B. Now, what is meant by X, what is meant by B and what is meant by X here? So A means the matrix obtained by the coefficient from this. So to make the matrix of coefficient, we have to just put the coefficient of first equation in first row, second equation in second row, third equation in third row and so on. X is nothing but the vector containing this variable x1, x2, xn, and the B is a vector, it is also called the vector, which is present in right hand side, that is b1, b2, bn, and these two must be a column matrix, because here x1, x2, x3 are the variable where only one column is present, that is a column matrix, and here also it comes with the column matrix. So here the values of A is given by coefficient of all the terms. The coefficient, the first equation coefficient comes in first row, second equation in second row and so on. X is a column matrix which contain all the variable, and B is a column matrix which contains a constant which is present on right hand side of the equation. Now after writing the equation in matrix form, to obtain the solution, we have to consider the augmented matrix. Let's say denoted by C. An augmented matrix is nothing but the combination of matrix A and B. So we just combine the matrix A and B, write down the first A matrix and then insert the column of B matrix, we get the matrix is C. Now for further calculation, we need one concept to evaluate this problem that we already discussed, that is named as a rank of the matrix. Now we have to find the rank of this matrix C. Means we have to find the rank of C. And then by reducing to echelon form, of course. You can reduce the matrix C into echelon form and then count the number of non-zero rows, we get the rank of the matrix C. After getting the rank of C, just delete this B matrix from here and focus only on the matrix A and find the rank of this matrix A also. Find the rank of the matrix also. And the solution of the problem is always depends upon this two rank. Means when we compare these two ranks, we get the system has a solution or no solution. If it has a solution, then it may be unique or infinite. It depends upon the rank of this matrix. So after writing the augmented matrix C, we have to find the rank of the matrix C and the rank of the matrix A by reducing this matrix into the echelon form, and then we discuss about the solution. Okay. Now there are the two types of cases arise. One is called the consistent and one is called inconsistent. Now what is meant by consistent? Means system is a consistent or system is a inconsistent. If the system has a solution which may be a unique solution or infinite number of solution. More than one means infinite number of solution. If system has any type of solution, then the system is said to be a consistent, and if the system doesn't have the solution, then the system is said to be a inconsistent. Okay. So this consistency and inconsistency depends upon the solution values of the rank of the given matrix. So we discuss the cases here. Case number 1. If this is A oblique C means it is a C. So if the rank of A is equal to rank of C, if the rank of A is equal to rank of C, then the system has a solution. And if the rank of A is not equal to rank of C, the system has a no solution. Okay. So if there is a no solution, the problem ends here. The system is inconsistent. But if it has a solution, then it may be unique solution or infinite number of solution. So it depends upon the n. N means number of unknown variable. So suppose in this problem, we take the variable as x1, x2, x3 up to xn. So these are the n numbers. So here the variable is n. So first case is if the rank is equal and which is equal to number of variable, unknown variable, then in this case the system is consistent and it has a unique solution. Okay. And if the rank is equal means the system has a solution, but it is less than the number of variable. Then the system is consistent, but it has a infinite number of solution. So this is the two solution where the solution is exist. These are the two cases where the solution is exist. Means if the rank of both the matrix are equal, then there is always a solution which may be unique. If it is equal to number of the variable, then it is unique, and if it is less than number of variable, then it is a infinite solution. And the third case is if this rank is not equal, then the system is said to be a inconsistent and it has a no solution. And if the system has a solution, then we have to find the solution, and if the system is inconsistent, then there is no need to obtain the solution. So by using this concept, we try to solve the one problem, and from this we can clear all the concept of solution of simultaneous equation by matrix method. Here is the example which can be solved by using a matrix method. So example is solve the simultaneous equation with the help of matrix method, and the equation is x plus y plus z equal to 3. Second is x plus 2y plus 3z equal to 4 and x plus 4y plus 9z equal to 6. So here there is a 3 equation in 3 variable. There are the 3 equation is present and there are the 3 variable. So we have to obtain the solution of this x, y, z if the system is consistent, and if it is not consistent, then there is no need to obtain the solution. Okay. So first we write the system. So given system is. So first equation is x plus y plus z equal to 3. Then x plus 2y plus 3z equal to 4. And x plus 4y plus 9z equal to 6. So this is the given system and we have to obtain the solution for this system. Now first method is that we have to write the given equation in matrix form, and the matrix form is nothing but Ax is equal to B. So write down the given equation in matrix form. The system 1 can be written in matrix form as Ax is equal to B. Okay, so what is A? A means the coefficient matrix, X means the variable column matrix with the variable, and B the element which is present on right hand side. So just write the values of A. So A, the first row coefficients are 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. For second row it is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and third is 1, 4, 9, 1, 4, 9. So this is the coefficient matrix. X means the variable. The variables are x, y, z with the variables, and which is equal to B. B means the element which is present in right hand side. So this is the matrix form. Okay. Now to evaluate the problem, we have to define the augmented matrix C, which is the combination of A and B. So define augmented matrix as. Let's denote this matrix by C, and it is nothing but A combination B. So here the value of C is, first I write down the values of matrix A. It is 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 9, and just add one column for matrix B, 3, 4, 6. Now what is the next? Here we have to obtain the rank, and to obtain the rank we have to reduce the given system or given matrix into the echelon form by using elementary row transformation. So just echelon form is nothing but the form of upper triangular, the matrix in upper triangular form. So just locate the diagonal element. So these are the diagonal. Look here, the matrix is not a square matrix, because by adding one column it becomes a rectangular matrix. So just focus on the diagonal element. Diagonal elements means the element first from first row, second from second row, and third from third row. So these are the diagonal element. We have to reduce the element below these diagonal elements are 0 by using the elementary row transformation, and reduce this equation into the echelon form. So just start the operations now. Now let's start to make the 0, this 1, 1 and 4. So suppose we consider this row. So first is R2 changes to, here the value is 1, and if you subtract 1 from 1 or 1 from 1, it becomes a 0. Here we either use R1 or R3. So just do the operation R2 minus R1. So by using this operation R2 minus R1, the C is reduces to R2, means there is no change in R1. Of course, no change in R3. Only we have to change the element for R2. So R2 minus R1. 1 minus 1, it becomes 0. 2 minus 1, it becomes 1. 3 minus 1, 2, and it is again 1. So this is the reduced matrix. Again, the locate the diagonal element. Now observe the elements. This is 1. We have to make this 1 is also to 0. So here 1 is present. So just changes R3 minus R1, we get 0. The second operation is, the operation is maybe different for you. We can use R2 minus R3, or first we changes to R3 something, R3 minus R2 or R3 minus R1. It depends upon your calculation. So I first changes the R2, then we make the operation for R3. So R3 changes to R3 minus R1. So matrix C is reduces to, so if it changes in R3, so there is no need to change R1 and R2. So R1 keep as it is, R2 as it is, and just subtract R1 from R3. So 1 minus 1, 0, 4 minus 1, 3, 9 minus 1, 8, and 6 minus 3 is 3. So this is the matrix. Again, this is the diagonal elements. There is only one element left, that is 3, and by using this, we make this element as 0. We multiply this row by 3, so 3 minus 3 becomes 0. So last operation is R3 changes to R3 minus 3R2. We obtain the value of C. R1 as it is, 1, 1, 1, 3, then 0, 1, 2, 1, and R3 minus 3R2. The 3R2 means is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0, 3R2 means 3, 3 minus 3 is 0, 3R2, 3 into 2, 6, 8 minus 6, that is 2, and it is again 3 minus 3, which becomes again 0. Now focus on diagonal element. So these are the diagonal element. So first verify that whether it is echelon form or not. To check the condition. What is the condition? Upper triangular, okay. First is upper triangular matrix. The condition is satisfied. Number 2, if there is the 0 row which come last, so all the rows are non-zero. So there is no 0 rows in this matrix. So second is not applicable. And third condition is the number of 0 before the first non-zero element in each row are is increasing order. The first element is 1, so before 1 there is no 0. Here first element is 1, so there is 1 0, and the first element is 2, so there is a 2 0. So 0 is no 0, 1 0, 2 0 means increasing order. The third condition is also satisfied. So it is a echelon form. So we write here the given matrix in echelon form. So if the matrix is echelon form, then we can easily write down the rank of the matrix. So write down the rank of the matrix C. So rank of, or directly written down rank of C. Rank of C, which is also denoted by this rank symbol, row of C. So rank means number of non-zero rows. We write the formula, number of non-zero rows in echelon form. Okay. So rank of C is equal to, so there, this is the non-zero rows, again non-zero rows, and again non-zero rows. So there are the 3 non-zero rows. So rank of C is equal to 3. Now to compare the rank, we again obtain the rank of A. Now we know that what is C? C is a combination of A and B. B is a column matrix. So if you neglect this last column, means if you delete this B last column, so there is no B present in this matrix. So this completely 3 by 3 matrix is the value of A. So we just focus on 3 by 3 matrix and try to find the rank of the matrix A again. So here the first row is 1 1 1 non-zero, 0 1 2 again non-zero, and 0 0 2 again non-zero. So from here we also find the rank of A. So rank of A is equal to rank of A, which is again 3. Okay. So from this condition, if you compare both the ranks, we get rank of both the matrix are the same. So rank of A is equal to rank of C, which is equal to 3. Okay. And if you observe the problems, the problem comes with the 3 variable x, y, z, means the number of variable are also equal to 3, which is equal to number of variables. From this, we can imply that the system we name as 1 is consistent, because if the rank of both the matrices are equal, then the system is said to be consistent. And if it is equal to the number of unknown variable, then it possesses a unique solution. The system 1 is consistent and exist unique solution. Okay, so up to this we just check whether the given system has a solution. Yes, it has a solution because it is a consistent. And if it is a solution, then what type of solution? Unique solution or infinite number of solution? The system has a unique solution. Now here we have to find the unique solution of that system. So how to find the solution? So to find the solution. Now to find solution. Okay. So we already know the matrix form of the equation. So the matrix form, we write the matrix form. The matrix form is Ax is equal to B. Okay. Now here we just put the values of A and B which already we reduce in echelon form, because when we look into the matrix, it is a value for C, and C is nothing but the combination of A and B. So these all matrices are equal, because by changing to row operation, the matrix obtained, it is known as the equivalent matrix, having the same nature. Okay, only the form is changes, because it is a echelon form, it is a normal form. So C is a combination of A and B. So we have to use the echelon form matrix for this solution. So if you observe this, first it is a value for A matrix and it is a value for B matrix. So we have to put the value of A equal to this 3 by 3 matrix and the value of B is equal to this column matrix in that form. So value of the matrix A is 1 1 1 0 1 2. So write down the value of matrix 1 1 1 0 1 2 0 0 2. That is the value for matrix A. The value for variable x, there are the 3 variable, it becomes x, y, z, and the value of the matrix B, B means last column in echelon form. 1 1 1 0 1 2 0 0 2 3 1 0 3 1 0 3 1 0 3 1 0. Okay, the matrix the last column is 3 1 0, and we try to solve this matrix now. Now the solution of this type of matrix is very simple. We have to use only back substitution. So just multiply these two matrices. So how to multiply? First row and first column. So 1 into x, x, 1 into y, plus y, 1 into z, plus z. This is the first and equal to first, which is equal to 3. Now for second, 0 into x is 0, 1 into y is y, and 2 into z is 2z, equal to second element is 1. And third, 0 into x is 0, 0 into y is 0, and there is a 2z, 2z equal to 0. Now using a back substitution, we can easily find the solution. So if you observe the last equation, we call it as, suppose this is first, this is the second, and this is the third. Now using these three equations, try to evaluate the values of variable x, y, and z. So first, from equation 3, from 3, here 2z equal to 0, so we get z equal to 0. Now putting the value of z equal to 0 in equation 2, so from 2 y plus 0 is equal to 1, we get y is equal to 1. And using the value z and y in equation number 1, we get from 1 x plus y plus z equal to 3. So this implies x is equal to 2. So these are the solution. And there is only one values for x, only one value for y, and only one value for z. Then the solution is unique, and we already discussed the existence of the solution that your given problem has a unique solution. So therefore, write down the last, the solution of system 1 is x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1 and z equal to 0. So these are our final answer. Okay. Now just verify the solution by substituting the values in given equation. So x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1, z equal to 0. And these are the solution of these three equations. Means this solution is satisfied by all the three equations. So we comes to our problem, and let's put the value of x, y, z in this problem and see whether it is balanced the equation or not. So first equation, if you put x is equal to 2, x is equal to 2. So put the value x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1 and z equal to 0. We get the 3. So 3 is equal to 3. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 1. So again 2 and 0. So 2 plus 2 equal to 4. Balance. Okay. And last, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1, z equal to 0, which is equal to 6, 6, 6 balance. Means the solution we obtain are absolutely correct. So in this way, we can evaluate the problem by using matrix method. So this is the problem for unique solution. In next lecture, we discuss the problems which has an infinite number of solution or the system which has inconsistent, that is a no solution. So thanks for watching.